Okay, so I've decided I'm going to critique some footage of Horizon Forbidden West. Okay, that's the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm going to go over some footage of the game. I don't know if this is running on PS4 or PS5, but whatever. Who cares? Um, let's see what this game is like. Let's see what I think here of the opening of this game. Because it's quite popular. People seem to like it. Let's see. I didn't play the first one. Too many open world games came out. You know, Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima. I just never had time to play Horizon Zero Dawn, so I never did check out the first game. And I just want to get a little footage of the sequel and just pick at it. Let's just see, you know? Let's just see. So apparently it's out on PS4 and PS5, which is a little surprising. Makes me worry about how it runs on the PS4, considering how good the footage of the PS5 version looks. I don't know how it's running on a PS4. Look at that, she's riding a robotic ghost. People do that sometimes, I guess. So yeah, I didn't play the first Horizon Zero Dawn because every time I wanted to try it, some new game would come out that got my attention more. Every time. Even when it was on sale and really cheap, there was always something else I wanted to play. I just never ever, because you know it's a big open world game, and I was just like every time I had a chance to check it out, there was something else coming out that I wanted to play more, and I bought that instead. And especially open world games, every time a new open world game would come out, I ended up wanting to play that instead. So I completely missed out on the first one. I don't know if I'll ever get into it. Now Elden Ring is coming out, so I want to play that. That's a big open world game. It's like, yeah. And this came out, the original Horizon came out the same year as Breath of the freaking Wild. So it had to compete with that when it first came out. I mean, yeah. Okay, I don't know who that is. I didn't play the first game, so I don't know.
You're the closest person I've ever had to a mother.
Have no idea what's going on here.
And for a moment, I feel whole.
Oh, okay. All right. Hugs. Hugs, you know. Hugs are good. Oh, well, maybe not. Wasn't good for her. The fuck is that? Oh no. Oh, it was a dream, of course. Fucking dreams. What is it with dreams? There's always dreams. Characters are always having dreams. Is she the chosen one? She like a part of a prophecy? She probably is. I don't know. I didn't play the first game, but I'm guessing she's a part of a prophecy.
Is your legacy, Elizabeth.
She's the chosen one.
I won't let it slip away.
She's Jungle Jesus.
The valley below is my only remaining lead. My last hope to find the backup.
Very dramatic dialogue.
Whatever it takes to get it. I promise.
You know, I've heard some people criticize Aloy's design.
Laurel?
If it isn't Aloy, the savior of Meridian.
And
You know I hate being called that stuff.
saying that she's like too manly or whatever.
For running out on us the very same night we beat Hades.
Hades?
Grew up an outcast.
She beat the Lord of the Underworld?
That one was in your honor.
Okay.
Same.
Trying to keep up here.
So, what are we doing?
But anyway, her design.
Weird since you left so fast.
Um,
Delving into ancient.
yeah, she looks a little butch, obviously. She is supposed to be this tough jungle warrior woman. Um,
Both, actually.
I don't think her design is bad. I don't have a problem with it, really.
I've been dragging you a long way. It's okay.
Given the game setting or whatever.
I swore enough to help you.
I mean, they're obviously going for realism here. They're obviously going for like this cinematic movie look. So everything's kind of got a grounded, realistic look to it. I don't know.
Okay. But if you're going to come with me.
I don't know. I don't have a problem with her design, honestly. I don't know. Um,
Focus. Never thought I'd get your second sight.
I don't know.
I'll give you another one later. Show you how to back up your data.
Data.
Information on the device. We've got a lot to cover. I'll have to explain everything as we go.
Yeah. I don't know. There are people saying that she's too butch, that the game is woke because they made her look kind of butch. And
You see like this all the time.
I don't really agree with that. I don't think Guerrilla Games really cares about that. I don't think the studio really cares much about politics in this case. At least with this game. I don't know. I could be wrong, but look, with Jill's design in Resident Evil 3 Remake, where they just put her in jeans and a tank top, to tone down her sexiness, because she didn't have her boots and her skirt or whatever, that I could understand. I understand the criticism there, because, you had the unlockable outfit in that game that you could put on if you had the special edition or whatever it was. And that, in that game, I get it. Like, yeah, just putting her in jeans and a tank top when she had a flashier, cooler looking outfit in the original game that was like sexier and cooler looking and more badass. Like, it's Resident Evil. I don't have a problem with that. Like, I don't know why they toned her down and made her look more conservative in the remake. I mean, it was a weird decision for a Resident Evil game, because in Resident Evil, all the characters are supposed to be kind of cool looking and badass. I don't know. I get the criticism with that. Just putting her in jeans and a tank top and being like, well, this is more realistic because she's a cop, man. It's like, but who cares about realism? Like, her original outfit in RE3 was more stylish. It was more fun. It was a cooler style. To say it's like sexist or against women or whatever is bullshit, because I know plenty of female YouTubers that actually did think her design in the original game was cooler and sexier and more appealing. Just made her look cooler. Like, so I get that. I get the criticism people had with that. But in this case, with this game, I mean, they're obviously going for, first of all, they're obviously going for realism, but they're going for a hard-edged sci-fi look that's very grounded and very realistic. So the fact that she looks the way she does doesn't bother me. Like, I'm not put off by that necessarily. I mean, yeah, for me personally, I do prefer flashier, sexier characters. Like, if this were, I don't know, Xenoblade Chronicles or something, she'd probably have, like, a sexier looking outfit or something like that. Because it would be more stylized. It would be more over the top. But clearly that's not what they're going for with this game. A lot of Western games go for more of a movie look, more of a live action, kind of grounded. Everything's got to look kind of realistic. And I imagine this is what a woman like her would look like in this jungle setting. I don't know. She's a jungle lady who fights robotic dinosaurs. I don't know. It's fine. Her design is fine. That's all I'm saying. It looks fine. I don't have a problem. Yeah, she's a little butch, but I mean, I don't know. If she walked into my room, I probably wouldn't. I don't think I'd turn her away or whatever. You know, like, she's no Tifa, I guess, but to each their own, you know, everybody got their taste. I don't think she's like ugly in any way, per se. Um, I get guys wanting their girls to be like sexy in every game. I get that, you know. That's certainly my preference, but again, considering the realism they were going for to make her look like this tough jungle lady,
Those ruins.
I think she looks fine. I don't know. I don't think she's I think they found a good balance where she looks believable in her setting. She's still, I don't know, she's still got a little sass to her, I guess. I don't know.
Think of it like a set of
She's got a little bit of a saucy ginger thing going on. But anyway, I guess this game is pretty. I don't know what version this is again. I don't know what this is running on, but pretty game. Apparently this is the same graphics engine that Death Stranding was running on. So it's a good graphics engine. I will say that it's not blowing me away with its graphics. I don't know if it's just because I've seen so many realistic, pretty jungles with good lighting in games. I've seen so many games with this type of setting that it's just like, it doesn't exactly faze me much. As nice as it looks, it's not like blowing me away. And I think it's just because I've seen so much of this shit before that it's just it's kind of overly familiar. Yeah, it's not blowing me away, but it looks about as good as I think you can make a game like this look. I mean, I don't know. There's certainly nothing I would criticize about the graphics. I mean, her hair probably is the most impressive looking thing, actually. Or the way her hair moves. That, more than anything else I'm looking at, is what impresses me the most here. Everything else is not surprising me that much, because how could it? I mean, again, I've played so many games that look like this. That, you know, it's not super surprising.
Looks like they left a carcass behind.
But I don't know. I mean, when it comes to these open world games, I am a little tired of this particular style of game. And I could say the same thing about Ghost of Tsushima, which I think is structured in a very similar way. But there's something about like this opening section here. You're walking with this guy, and he's talking a lot, and seems kind of linear. Like you're just going where these characters are directing you to go, and they're kind of telling you what to do. And I get it. Like, on one hand, I kind of get it. It's that whole Uncharted thing of like getting your story out without doing a cutscene. But what annoys me about games like this,
Better take a closer look.
and I mean a lot of games do it now. Too many games do it, honestly.
Someone took down some machine recently. I don't know. We better carve some arrows of our own.
See, like they're stopping and talking and analyzing things and talking, and you, the player, are just guiding them to all these points of interest because that's where they want you to go. And there's something about opening your games that way when you already have a cutscene. This game already had a cutscene at the beginning where you're not in control or anything.
Now to craft some arrows.
And I think it's funny, I think it's ironic because a lot of people criticize cutscenes. A lot of people say cutscenes are bad. You can't do anything when a cutscene is playing, you're just watching, bada bada bada. But here's the thing about cutscenes that I like. With cutscenes, because cutscenes are separate from the gameplay and you are just watching, it gets the story out of the way. It allows the developers to just get the dialogue, get the storytelling out of the way so that when the gameplay starts, you just play. You just play the game and you get to the gameplay. So, I don't mind cutscenes. But when you have a game like this that opens with a cutscene and there's dialogue and there's characters talking and it's world building and it's getting the lore out there, setting the stage, and then you start the game
Me too. Arrow's ready.
and it's stuff like this. You're walking with this guy who you already talked to in the cutscene, and he's just talking and talking, and they're both talking, and they're walking, and they're talking, and you're down this linear path.
There's a ladder.
See, there's a ladder.
Can't.
He's telling you where things are,
Darrow can't knock free. Just have to target the lock.
and she's telling you exactly what to do, so you don't even have to figure it out. You just do it. Which is, it's just typical tutorial crap. And I get why developers do it, but it's so handholdy. It's so, like, it's so artificial. I just don't like when games do that. And I feel like way too many games do that nowadays. Certainly not all of them. I respect it more when games don't do that.
What was this place?
I don't know. The transmission. The
This is actually what I loved about the Metal Gear series, is that
only got a backup.
people complained a lot about the Metal Gear Solid games and how they were loaded with cutscenes and stuff. But once the gameplay started and the cutscenes end,
What happened?
you're just playing. You're just playing the game. Yeah, you'd have like codec calls and stuff, but that was always separate from the actual gameplay. The gameplay was do what you gotta do, figure shit out.
Blood's not just poison.
There are a lot of games that do that. There's a lot of games that keep the story stuff and the gameplay separate so that the gameplay can just be its own thing. And I just don't like this whole walk and talk thing. I don't like it in games. I feel like it's boring. Like, I think this game would have been better if it just started with you just exploring on your own and figuring things out for yourself. Instead of having this guy tag along with you, and it's like a tutorial. It's like, oh, he's going to tell you what to do and how to play. And it's like, it's just, can't you just play? If there's something you need to know, like, there's always other ways to find out. Like, why? I don't like the walk and talk.
There's a way through.
That's what I'm going to call it, the walk and talk feature. I don't like that in games. I think it takes you out of the experience.
Dead end, Aloy.
See, he keeps talking. Shut up. Dead end, Aloy. Can't the player figure that out for themselves, that there's a fucking dead end? I mean, maybe at some point when this is done, maybe after this opening bit, it gets to a point where you can just roam around and explore without having to deal with that. But the fact that it even opens that way is annoying to me. It doesn't give off a very good first impression. Like, this doesn't look fun to me. This looks like, you just walk and talk and this guy just keeps telling you what to do, and it's not selling me on the experience very much. I mean, yes, it's pretty. Maybe the combat is fun or whatever.
Down this way.
I don't know. Maybe a perfectly great game once it gets going, but I don't like this intro at all.
Never seen one of those before.
A Robo Iguana.
Focus can help us.
Robo Iguana.
Scan the machine.
Robo Iguana. It's a Robo Iguana. Part iguana, part robot. She's gonna sneaky stealth it. She's gonna do the sneaky stabberoo. She's gonna do the sneaky sneak. 'Cause it's good for you. A sneaky stabby.
Okay. See how parts of it are glowing? These are its weak spots. Concentrate.
So you just put like a scanner on and like you can tell where the weak points are? I guess the challenge is just hitting those weak points though, since that thing moves so much. Oh shit. You did. Yeah, this is the PS4 version, because if it was PS5, the loading would have happened so much faster. This has to be PS4. I would think, anyway. I don't know. Nobody has a PS5, so it has to be the PS4 version. Nobody owns a PlayStation 5. They're impossible to get, so, I mean, this has to be PlayStation 4. I was just surprised to hear it was on PlayStation 4 because so many games are only PS5 now that are coming out. I know the new God of War is going to be a PS5 only game. Tokyo Ghostwire, which comes out soon, is also going to be a PS5 only. So they're starting to turn the tide where you can't get games for PS4 anymore. But I mean, those games aren't going to sell. Nobody has a PS5. So it's going to hurt the sales of those games. I know they probably don't have a choice because some of those games were so closely designed for that hardware that they probably can't be on PS4. So it's like, I kind of feel bad for the developers. They put in all that work, and it's not their fault that there's not enough PS5s to play on. I mean, but it's really going to hurt the sales. Those games are not going to sell well. But it's this whole chip shortage, apparently. They can't manufacture enough of them. They can't make enough PS5s. That's the problem. So I think I speak for everyone when I say this console generation has kind of been a disaster so far. Because nobody's playing on them. I don't expect to have one till like, I don't know, 2024 at this point, at this rate. But yes, this is a very pretty game. I guess there's not much more to say about it. I just thought I'd throw my 2 cents around on the new hype game that's out. It looks pretty. It also looks pretty similar to the original game. Like, honestly, if you put this and the original game next to each other, I don't think I'd be able to tell much of a difference, because it looks very similar. Aloy's design looks the same. The world looks the same. I don't know. I guess there's bound to be new stuff in it. I'm not seeing anything that looks especially new or interesting. So I guess if you liked the first one, you'll like this one. I don't know.
Another ladder. Need to shoot off the lock.
Thank you for telling me what to do and how to play the game. See, that shit. I mean, it looks pretty obvious. Did she have to say anything? I don't know. It's very handholdy.
You said you've had a focus since you were a child, right?
Yeah. Found my first one and I fell into a new one. Got the others from an old cache not long
And this
ago.
intro tutorial has been going on for a long time. Like, what the hell? How many minutes has it even been? Like, it's been like 25 minutes of just this. Like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of tutorials, I guess. Walk and talk tutorials. I guess I've just played too many games that have that. And it just like, I don't know, man. Back in my day, we had to figure that shit out for ourselves, man. Back in my day, y'all spoiled today. Spoiled when it comes to these games now.
Why would they have a backup of Gaia?
Gaia. Oh god. Why is there always a Gaia?
To check in with them.
Please hold for Identiscan.
The fuck is that?
Denied. Please wait here for personnel to assist you. Dr. Sobek.
Okay. I guess they weren't on great terms with Elizabeth. Well, let's find a way in.
So this game is, I guess, set in a world that used to be like our world. It used to be modern, like civilization. And this is set in kind of like
Identiscan. Access denied.
a world that's moved on and civilization fell and now robot dinosaurs have taken over and it's jungle people. So I know that about the plot. That's the only thing I really know
A few supplies.
about the story.
I should be able to pry this open.
Again, that hair looks really good. Very nice hair.
There's climbing gear. Guess someone dropped in from above. Whoever left this here might have also shot those machines we found earlier.
So where are they now?
Yeah, man, this walk and talk tutorial, I don't know. It's been going on for a long time. Like, where's the game? I mean, she had one fight with a little iguana robot, and that was about as exciting as it got. It was fine, but
Ugh. What's that stench?
Entire camp. Wiped out. They must have come here to delve for scrap.
Acid. That explains the smell. It looks like something big came in from above.
Crashed right through the camp. And through the wall. I should take a look at the rubble in that gap.
again, just keep telling us what to do. Yeah, I don't know. Seems kind of boring to me. It seems like a boring game. Gonna be honest. Not that interested in what's going on. Robot dinosaurs, jungle lady. Not much more going on in there. I don't know. If you like those things, I guess there's a lot on offer here. But again,
Whoever came through here wrote this down as it went out.
this intro sequence just
Some of the debris. We might be able to squeeze through.
it's just very like
I can find something to help in the camp.
Aloy, over here. I think I got something.
over here. Come walk over here.
It's some kind of Osram prototype, I think. This hook looks like it can latch onto things.
It's very Uncharted-y.
Scan pulls it
I'm
back.
just getting Uncharted vibes from all this walkie-talkie
But maybe we can repair it. Who could
stuff.
And pull it out. That could work. The focus can help us search the camp and identify anything we can use to fix the tool.
It's too much of a typical AAA game. I don't know. This is like,
My focus picked up a couple of things to check out.
I guess it's fine. It's just like, this seems kind of dull.
Acid burn right
This doesn't seem like a video game to me. It did for a minute, but it's mostly just,
Machine cable.
you go where the game wants you to go, you press buttons, you make cutscenes happen. Boring. I'm bored.
Part of the machine.
I don't care.
I think I have what I need to repair the tool.
Do
Or
you?
we can make something better.
Really?
use this workbench.
Is there crafting? Oh god, there's crafting. Of course there's fucking crafting in this game. There's always fucking crafting now. Every game is crafting in it. Want to craft something? Fucking hell, man. Even Resident Evil Village had crafting. Can't get away from crafting anymore. Swear to God, if Elden Ring has crafting, I'm throwing it out the window.
There.
So tired of crafting at games. That trend needs to die.
Now to test it on the debris.
Okay, so you went to there to make a thing, and now you're gonna go to this thing to break a thing, and oh my god. Just get to the fucking game. Where's the gameplay? I'd rather read a book. I don't know, am I being too harsh? Does that sound too harsh? I'm just bored. I'm bored here. Something needs to happen. What is she doing? What? I don't think the player knows what he's doing. Yeah, I'm confused too, buddy. I think you fucked up. That seemed like a pain in the ass to do.
That worked better than I thought.
What? You were struggling.
Doesn't look like there's an easy way out of here. I should scan the area. We have to find a way to keep going.
Yes, of course. Scan the area. Go right ahead and scan the area. Oh, man. Like, even if I had the controller in my hand, I don't think this would be any different. I think this would be just as boring. That's when you know it's a boring game. Where even if I had the controller right now, nothing would be different. It would still feel the same. Because nothing of interest is happening here. Oh look, she found another hologram to listen to. You know, my buddy, Mr. Whiskas, has been playing Metroid Dread on the Switch. And I think it's a good comparison to make because that's a game that after a quick, cutscene that sets up the plot, you just play. You just play a video game. There's none of this shit. There's no walking and talking with characters. There's none of this tutorial shit. You just play a video game. And it got me thinking, like, man, there are a lot of games that just don't do that anymore. And this is one of them. Like, the developers are so scared that you won't figure shit out and just learn how to play the fucking game. You need this long intro where you're just walking and talking and the characters are analyzing and observing things and you're just not participating. You're not a part of the experience. You're just watching all this happen and hitting up on the analog stick to walk forward.
Wow, that worked.
Ugh.
Too bad there's only one.
Don't worry, I'll find you another way up.
And this is the sequel? How long was the tutorial in the first game? Jesus. If they don't have any faith for you in the sequel, they must, oh man. It's just your typical AAA shit. I don't know. This is... Oh my god. Oh, platforming. Well, at least there's some platforming. It's probably very easy to do, but probably very Uncharted-y. But at least you did something.
Okay, I gotta drop the letter for Val.
Yeah, you do that. Anyway, I don't think there's anything more to say here. This is, I'm probably not going to buy or play this game because it looks boring. Just watching this tutorial makes me never want to play this game because I know I'd have to play through this and I'd be so bored. Oh, yeah, no. So that's Horizon Forbidden West. Maybe this appealed to you. Maybe this footage appealed more to you than it did to me, in which case, you're welcome. And, granted, there are probably better ways you can view footage of this game than my video, but, whatever. It's cool. I'd still totally bang Aloy, though. Make no mistake. I don't have a problem with her. She's fine. Good looking chick. But this game looks boring and I don't want to play it, so she has this, that's not enough of a selling point, unfortunately.
Far Zenith is taking the next leap into the future. That's why we're proud to have resurrected the Odyssey.
Is that an Apple salesman? What's going on here? Whatever, I don't care. That's the end of the video. Live for the passion.